RC Recreation does not collect, track, or share any information from its audience. RC Recreation may have content that is appealing to those under the age of 14 years. However, all the information covered in any video on RC Recreation is only for those that are of age to enjoy the hobby of RC, currently 14 plus. RC Recreation has taken no steps to encourage any specific age group to watch this channel. Any info that has been collected or shared from this channel has only been done by powers that RC Recreation has no knowledge nor control of.
Hey, if you're new, welcome. If you're a regular, you can see there's a lot of change. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back. If you're a regular to my channel, you can see behind me already something's missing. Where's my G-Wagon TRX4? It's actually on display at Amazing RC Store. It's up for sale. Not because I don't like it, it's a great vehicle. This came out recently and I just had to get one. Called up Dave at Amazing RC Store. It's like, Jay, it's a good thing you called. I've got 4 of them coming in and 2 of them are already gone to one customer. So in order to make up for that purchase, I gotta sell my TRX4. It's not that I was unhappy with the TRX4, it's just that I'm so much happier with this. And I'm gonna get into why. So if you're a regular to this channel, then you know that the blue one is my wife Morgan's rig. Let me take this down from its garage. And I'm going to discuss the differences between this bad boy. How do you like my new workbench? Compare it with this bad boy. Sorry, it's a little dirty. Got this for my wife. I was so impressed with it right away. Some of the things she's done to it are amazing. If you're going to get into like competitions and stuff like that, there are better rigs to buy. But for just a straight up out of the box trail crawler, this thing is amazing. Any price that you hear me quote, if they sound like those prices are a little overinflated, it's because I'm quoting in Canadian dollars. So, you're looking at these and you're saying, okay, Jay, you know, they look so different. I did put an aftermarket set of wheels on this one. The tires that come stock on these rigs, they're probably one of the hardest tires on the market to put into an RC four-wheel drive rim. I made a completely other video on how difficult it was to mount these. The offset of the wheel that gives you that nice wider stance. So this is the stock stance. These ones are lined up pretty much right against the flare. So this guy's got about 20 mils wider stance. Is going to be able to do those really steep side crawls a lot better than this guy will, for now. So the outsides are quite obvious. This guy is a roll cage top with a bikini. This is the same vehicle, but this is called the Axe Edition. So this is the International Harvester Scout 2 Gen8 Axe Edition. When this vehicle was stock, it came with a 17-turn brushed motor and ESC. So I know in the States they're 300. Up here in Canada, they're $399. The motor I got for this thing is a 2200 kV for about $65 after tax, Canadian. $96 for the ESC. So now we're getting up to about $550. To get the motor and ESC that this one comes with stock out of the box, you're probably looking at closer to about $250. I also put the metal gears in here. This comes with the metal gears, so now we're over $650 in this rig. Over $650, and we still haven't even talked about the remote controls that come with these two rigs. This remote control, if you were to buy separately in a store in Canada, it's going to cost you $130. This remote control cost me about $60 Canadian. So half the price. This is literally twice the remote that this is. This is just a simple 3-channel remote. This is a 6-channel. And this also adds to what I spent on this rig afterwards, is the bottom skid plate. I got this bottom skid plate and the interior off of a mutual acquaintance of amazing RC store. His name is Mr. Jarvis. What's up, Mr. Jarvis? Hope you're watching. He 3D prints these skid plates and also the interior that I have on this vehicle. Now we're getting closer to $700 spent on this rig. Comparing the two vehicles, they're both awesome. If you're planning on just trail crawling and you're not going to upgrade it and you're just going to use it the way it is, dollar for dollar, pound for pound, excellent value. Because even if you don't do all the stuff that I did to this, it's still a great vehicle. Less expensive than a TRX4 Sport. Not to be confused with a TRX4, because you can't compare the two. The Sport would be a comparison to this guy. Yes, the Sport will be a little bit tougher. I'm not gonna lie, TRX4, tough truck. However, Red Cat has been incredible in replacing broken parts when I bought this. Within that 90-day period, they sent me absolutely free of charge so many parts. A portal, an axle, new bearings. They sent me new screws to replace. They sent me a new rim because I twisted a rim right off the hex receiver. Where do you get service like that anymore? I honestly don't think Traxxas, if I broke anything with the Traxxas and I called Traxxas and said, hey man, I was out running and this broke, they'd be like, hey man, you were out running it, man. You must have been too hard on it. We can send those parts out to you, but you're gonna pay for them. Alright, so I was talking about this bottom plate here. I actually paid more to get this without the bump because these guys come with that unsightly bump. And I'll show you. This doesn't need an aftermarket skid plate. They have taken care of that bump on the bottom. The other thing I don't need to worry about getting for this vehicle is the interior. I don't have to worry about doing an interior. They give you a pretty well detailed interior. I mean, it's not the best interior in the world, but it didn't cost me any extra. I like how the spare now doesn't take away from your departure angle. If you want the spare mounted on this guy, then it really takes up some of that departure angle. Now, I'm not a serious rock crawler. I'm more of a scale trail crawler guy. So I like scale things. So I like adding things like this. You know, I like the look of it. My wife liked the look of it. So we put it on. The steering geometry on the original, it had an issue with bump steer. And it also has an issue with kind of diving to the left. For crawling, it's not a big deal. It doesn't really do it when it's articulating. It only does it when both shocks are being compressed at the same time on the front. That's the only time it really does it. It dives to the left a little bit. And this one still dives to the left. What they have corrected is the bump steer. I did a mod to stop it on this one, but originally on this one, when the suspension works, the steering would go to the right, bump steer it's called. But if you're familiar with Shen RC, great channel, go check him out if you're not familiar with him. I got a tip on Shen RC. This servo horn is the original servo horn, it's a metal one, and he said just basically to shave off the little bit, and it just raises this bar up a millimeter. Literally, like, it's so minuscule. You would think, how much of a difference could that really make? It makes a world of difference. And Red Cat recognized that as well because they have a newer servo horn that is a much lower profile. So it automatically brings that bar up and it corrects the geometry on the bump steer. They have much improved how these shocks are connected to the axle. Now I keep hearing that the axles are beefier. Beefier because the connection to the shock on either side is better than just the ball that the shock goes on the bottom. But other than that, I don't think they're much beefier. They also mention that the drive shafts are beefier. Don't really see it. They look the same. I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm just telling you what I see. Not the actual axle housing, but the portal itself looks like it's beefier on the Axe Edition. And it might just be a rumor, but all the newer Scout 2s are coming now with all this updated equipment on them. Maybe there is truth to that beefiness claim. They call it the Axe Edition. The reason is it comes with a Hobbywing Axe ESC and motor. It's the 540, it's not a 550. This actually comes with a brushed 550, and this is a 540 brushless censored. This system is so controllable. If I set the trim, even if something gets in its way, it won't stop it. The torque that this thing puts out, just amazing. And I can say the same thing for the motor that I've put in this one, but this one comes with it like that. And that's why I'm just so impressed with this guy. If you've been in the hobby at all, you know what Reefs servos are. Some of the best servos you can buy on the market as far as I know. And this servo would probably cost me $100. If I got it on a deal, maybe 80, 85 bucks. But I did get an upgraded servo on this one because the 15 kg servo died. So I actually upgraded this to the upgrade that Red Cat suggests, the 25 kg. But this thing, I can hold it down, compress the suspension all the way, it'll steer like it's just sitting there. Even with this updated servo in this rig, so if I did that on this rig, it would go, I might even break it. You don't need to upgrade this thing. It's really, you get some of the best in this thing out of the box. And not too many ready to runs, whether they be crawlers, bashers, road cars, whatever, can claim that. In fact, most RTR vehicles, the company will tell you that you're going to be changing the servo first thing. Alright? Like stock servos, they're just cheap usually, and they die. One of the most common things that people change. And not because they want to, but because they have to. I mean, I had to. It's not that I really would have if it didn't die. I probably would have just kept going with the original servo. But this thing, I'm pretty confident. I mean, until it gets old and it wears out, yeah, sure, everything wears out, but I don't think I'll have any problems anytime soon. Hey guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed my little comparison. Sorry it went on a little bit too long, but hey, it was all good, wasn't it? Leave me a thumbs up, or leave me a thumbs down if you suck. Other than that, keep on RCing, keep on keeping on. Ciao for now.